Howdy, strangers. This week we're talking about space, the final frontier. Yeah, that's Lego me riding the Enterprise. Apparently they don't make blonde hair for Legos, but I've got a Lego Sheila now because it was my birthday and my friends are great. Anyway. Space is a tough topic to do in a short video because there's a lot to say about it on account of how literally everything is a part of space. But I'm assuming that we're only talking about the non-Earth parts of space, so you know, that's only an incomprehensibly vast expanse excluding merely what may as well be considered a microscopic dot in the grand scheme of things. You know what? I'm gonna talk about the cosmic perspective. Where's my towel? Much better. So this is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, the most remarkable book in the whole of the known universe. Now in this book, or is it in the second book? It's definitely in the second series of the radio show, but how that applies to the books is complicated. Keeping the Hitchhiker's Guide canon straight is a mind-bogglingly difficult task. But one of these books tells the tale of Tragula, a scientist and a bit of a daydreamer whose wife would often tell him to have some sense of proportion. And so he built the total perspective vortex, just to show her. Basically, since every atom in the universe is affected by every other atom, it follows that the entirety of the universe can be extrapolated from, say, a small piece of fairy cake. And so Tragula built the vortex, and had his wife enter a small chamber, where she witnessed a complete model of the universe in all its incomprehensible vastness. On this model was an invisible dot on an invisible dot, labeled, "You are here." Tragula was horrified to find that this drove his wife irreversibly insane, but was at least reassured to know that if there's one thing we can't afford to have in an infinite universe, it's a sense of proportion. The thing about space is, we can't understand it as a whole. We can understand pieces of it, and I am constantly amazed by the pieces of it that we do understand, but we really, truly cannot comprehend how mind-bogglingly big it is. I find it fascinating how humans can work with these huge numbers without really comprehending them. I mean, 1 billion. We don't really understand 1 billion. Our only grasp on big numbers comes from our ability to group smaller numbers, and the bigger the numbers get, the less accurate our grasp on them becomes. This happens on a smaller scale than you might think. Here's an example. Right now, picture 5 M&Ms. Now picture 6 M&Ms. Picture 7 M&Ms. Picture 8 M&Ms. Your image of 5 M&Ms was probably pretty straightforward. One group of 5 M&Ms. Your image of 6 was probably about the same. But I'm guessing that for some of you, around 7 M&Ms, you started picturing smaller mental groups. I know when I picture 7, I'm really picturing a group of 3 and a group of 4, 2 groups of 4 for 8, and so on. I heard somewhere, although for the life of me I cannot remember where, and all my Googling has been to no avail, that a highly gifted mind can picture up to 9 without grouping. 9. That's the highest number an abnormally intelligent human mind can naturally comprehend without breaking it down. And we think we can understand 1 billion. There is a vast universe beyond our tiny blue-green planet circling our utterly insignificant yellow sun. And that's amazing. Because somehow our brains are able to work around themselves. Somehow we're able to even conceive of labeling these distances that we couldn't even imagine if we had 3 times Einstein's IQ. Somehow we managed to explore and examine outer space. And that's the cosmic perspective. I'll see you next week.